All right, hello everyone. That was a bit of a late start with some technical difficulties and with our varsity team also not inviting me. Welcome back to another LNHS esports stream. Today we're streaming Overwatch 2. It's been a good long while since you've seen me on stream. I'm your lovely, wonderful former Overwatch varsity player, Shiko Mizwe. This is the best support player you've ever met in your entire life. Let's be real now. But it's a real pleasure to be back. I'm gonna have so much fun. I've always loved my job. Right now we are watching our new varsity team. If it would let me spectate, Snotty Waddy returning it again for some of the playtime here. He's now on Overwatch varsity. It looks like they're doing a dire get out because he just stopped moving as we speak. Chicharrones, he's still here with us. We have a lot of returning players. Zasu, Snotty, and Chicharrones, all returning players from the former Overwatch 2 varsity. Some faces that I'm sure we all love to see. We all love and remember and cherish close in our hearts. But I'm glad to be back with all of you guys, and I hope you guys are also happy to see me too, for those of you who end up popping in at some point in time. Do give me a moment to talk a little bit because I need to actually get this stream running. Not get it running. It's already running. I need to send this to all of my wonderful people. But right now we're looking at Chicharrones taking on the Juno. Looks like Juno has never left the comp even since I was in there. Juno's always been a real meta player here. And it looks like Freakiest on Doomfist just hit the Roadhog off the map and hit a nasty punch on the Venture. Wonderful, wonderful. We love to see the Doomfist gameplay, always, forever. It's really hard to get some commentary going while I'm also trying to multitask and get some stuff going on my phone so I can share the stream and get more viewers. Do bear with me. Looks like we're holding a very dominant control over point right now. We all love to see this. 91-0 at the current moment in time. Absolutely wonderful performance from our varsity at this current moment in time. And we're dropping EMP on Sombra right now. And the first round is won by our wonderful varsity team. We love to see it. We love to see it. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure the mic doesn't fall. And make sure I look presentable. I don't know if you guys can see based on where my hair's at right now. I actually got it dyed over the summer.
We must all find a cause worth fighting for.
You can't see it's a little faded, but there's purple in here. Isn't that great? 3 viewers in the chat now. Thank you guys for dropping in. Hello, welcome. Please say hello so I can actually read chat 3 minutes later. Because for those of you who don't know and those of you who are new, if you viewers are new, there is a 3 minute chat delay for league purposes. Oh, coach? Chair? We will be having a guest join us hopefully very soon. Let's get a view on Freakiest on Doomfist right here. Nasty punch on the Junkrat, almost taking him out. A bit of a brawl against the nasty punch, charged punch onto the Junkrat, thanks to that Diva charging his punch. Hello, coach, welcome. What was that? So we actually have one of our wonderful coaches joining us for the stream today. A lot of stuff wouldn't happen without him, so can we get a warm welcome to our coach Johan? There we go. Oh. Okay, come on. Let me get to the headset here. I hope it reaches. I really hope it reaches.
I hope so too. Make sure let me know if I'm too loud or.
I actually don't know if that is it not. It's not gonna reach. It may not reach.
Want to swap out this? I don't know if that one.
This one actually is actually shorter. This is the line.
Okay, we're gonna get real nice and comfy. So.
Fine with me.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
What?
This is purely just a logistical thing, guys. I promise. I swear.
Oh my goodness. So right now we're looking at, I think, one of our newer players this year, the freakiest on Doomfist. I haven't seen that username at all, not at all last year. So I don't know who's actually behind the keyboard
So this is actually a newer player that joined this year. Very, very strong. Very, very good player. And I've seen them play a few different characters on here. Wrecking Ball, is that the hamster? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, guys. I don't play Overwatch. Here's how bad I don't play Overwatch. I still have a sealed Game of the Year edition of Overwatch 1 for the PS4.
How much money do you think you'd get for that?
I have no idea. So it's not. I have nothing against Overwatch. It's just I never took the time to learn it. So it's just I had other things going on. I'm a filthy, filthy League of Legends player.
Oh dear.
So, but no, this player though, who we're watching right now on Doomfist, the freakiest, very, very strong player. He seems to do really well with tanks, really well with displacers. So he is definitely probably like the, I would say the anchor this year for the team, because pretty much all of their best plays are going to center around what he does. So. But everybody on here is really
no, yeah, everyone here is an extremely strong player. Chicharrones, Zaciu, Snotty, all wonderful players. And I think with the newer players as well, they're going to build another extremely strong Overwatch Varsity. Not even one that I think people who've seen me stream with Varsity back from 2 or 3 years ago with, I think that's what we would call our prime Varsity. People like J Chubb, Soul Rack, and Uneasy,
you guys
formerly
know,
Dior.
Yeah, what's funny is that I don't know until you say, because I know the names, not the usernames, until you say them. And then when you say them, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. That was probably one of our strongest varsity teams last year, or 2-3 years ago. Thank you. You can tell I don't do this often.
The mics, for whatever reason, are extremely picky. Specifically that one. This one, it lets me talk from wherever.
Well, I think it's this one's just overly sensitive. I think so long as you're talking into this flat, it's okay. So plus it doesn't help that my voice doesn't carry all that much. It just cuts in and out every once in a while.
I need chat to cooperate with me here and let us know if there's any audio issues. Speaking of which, I need to go advertise the stream. I was in the middle of doing that. They already started. Telling all of the wonderful people that I know, like, hey, come join the stream.
Yes,
watch me talk about a video game.
Yes, please come enjoy this and enjoy the stream. And for those of you who are curious, our players absolutely love it when they know they love it when they know that they're on stream and that people are enjoying and watching them play. It's also a good experience for them because we do have some players like Pupcake from last year who got multiple scholarships over to colleges, and he's actually already playing with professional league teams.
Yes, it's extremely what's the word, impressive.
Right. And so, but it's great experience to have it at a high school level because not every high school has the ability to do that. Where you can get used to knowing that even though it's not up in your face like it is with traditional media, there is a camera on you, like at all times. Everyone's watching your gameplay and scrutinizing the ever-living stuff out of it. Yeah. So it's insane to me that we were able to do that for them. I think it's a great opportunity for them.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for people who want to pursue a career like Pupcake, you know, going into professional leagues and getting your name out there and doing this for a pretty hefty paycheck, might I say. It's a good bit of exposure and a good like taste of a very, very small taste at that of what that could bring for you as an esports player. You know, getting your gameplay shown to hopefully soon a bunch of hundreds of people, you know, and getting it judged and impressing people who are like so crazy about the game and know like all the ins and who followed.
Hey, here's the follow thing.
Right there.
There it is.
I don't know if it's going to pop up on stream. I don't know.
Fizz Yui, thank you for the follow so much.
We appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. On the topic of follow, we actually just hit 300 followers on Twitch. Give it up. Oh, yeah.
That is so awesome.
We love to hear it so much. Oh my goodness.
That is really
it is very loud and very long. Where's the? I think this is the soundboard one. That's not the sound.
That's ours, I think. Is it?
This is the soundboard one. I don't know what this one does, but
okay.
it's back to normal.
So, but no, it to me the biggest thing, honestly, because a lot of people, and so what you were saying earlier about like for a hefty paycheck and everything, yes, that's all well and good. The main thing is that they get to experience all aspects of it, so that they understand it and that they know what goes into it on the professional level.
Oh, absolutely.
What a lot of people don't know, and I tell parents this all the time when they asking questions, what good is a profession like that? Well, number one, most salaries are like 6-figure, if not 7-figure. And for those of you who don't understand that, 6-figure, we're talking 100,000 or more a year. Other times we're talking about a contract that will pay you about $1 million or so a year.
Move it up a little bit. I think it's cutting
Sure.
because of how far it is. So I think maybe move it out and away. So
Sorry about that. Is that better? Is
Again?
that better?
I think so.
Okay. So it's very important to understand that the paychecks, yes, they're based on usually a contract like you would with a traditional sports contract. This contract could be for an X amount per year. Some, especially when they're starting out, will often end up with a 5-figure salary. So that's like your 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a year. That's considered the low end for a lot of people. More mid-range is like 70 to 80,000 a year, et cetera, et cetera. But the big thing is that they understand it's not just about the money. It's about understanding. They go into meetings. They're constantly on camera. They're constantly practicing. We're talking about people who do this for a living to the point where they're working 10 to 15-hour shifts a day, on streaming,
just the game.
Practicing. Right, just the game. It comes to the point where it's not even fun anymore. Like a lot of parents are like, oh, well, my kid does this for fun. This is not for fun.
Another follower, Trash Raccoon. Thank
Awesome.
you for the follow. I think I know who you are, judging by the name. I appreciate you popping in here.
I don't know how I feel about the fact that you know who that is based on the name. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. I was in high school. I shouldn't feel any type of way about it. I had some crazy names growing up.
Let's see. Where's our team? I can't spectate their team. They're all the way over here, so I have to go all the way over here.
All right, we are in match, so we're gonna cut the chit chat on that for a minute. Focus on this. So their team actually has a Genji. So, no, that's our team. I apologize.
We have
the Genji. We have the Winston. The other characters I'm not super familiar with. I see a Junkrat on the enemy team. I see a Diva on the enemy team. I see a Soldier 76 on the enemy team. So this looks like it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Looks like they're restarting. Chicharron said that there was a mishap in the rules, so I think they're going to restart the match because everyone immediately disappeared.
Yep, that would make sense. Yeah, so it's going to be a remake.
They left the whole lobby. Wow.
Oh wow.
Cutting back to the last match when you had dropped by, they won 2-0 on that game mode, so that's one game out of 3. Best of 3? No, best of 5. Best of 5.
Yes.
So right now it's 1-0 in terms of games, and round count for that game was 2-0, so they held the point pretty consistently. I'm pretty sure it was 100-0 both times for our varsity, so they're holding pretty strong. Yeah,
they are. And this is pretty common, by the way, at the high school level at least. I don't know how common it is in the college circles or the professional circles, but in the high school circle, this is pretty common. You have a team that is completely dominating, and then I'm not throwing shade at the opponents ever, but I do want to point out that it happens quite frequently, especially with games where one team is doing better than the other.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, we suddenly noticed a rule thing. Thankfully, it looks like that all is what it was. It's just, oh, there was a mistake with the rule thing. Let's remake the lobby. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So props to them for just all agreeing that there was a mistake and continuing, because I'm sure there's someone out there who would try to rule book it.
Yeah. And rule booking is something that I don't think we really talk about on the stream very much, but I do think it's important for our viewers to understand when there's mishaps with a match. And I want to make this very clear. I'm not calling out opponents. I'm not saying that this has never happened on our end either, but there are times where rule booking will become a thing, and whether it's a player's judgment or a coach's judgment, whatever, rule booking is something that you kind of want to do as a last resort.
Yeah, you want to be sparing with it. There's been a few mishaps in my Valorant games where we've had people body spraying and like taunting after like the final kill, and rather than just blatantly like making the ticket, I tell them like, hey, watch the body spray, it's bannable.
Right.
And typically that clears it up, because I don't think it should automatically be resorted to that.
Right. Yeah. And I've seen it a couple of times. And again, it's not very common. It doesn't happen all the time. But it is something that, you know, a lot of people, you know, when they join the club, they're surprised. They're like, "Hey, coach, why are they saying da, 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 da?" It's because it's just something that you do. You're, you know, either whether you're someone who follows the rules to a T or you're trying to abuse something, which is never what I assume. I always assume it's because they're just trying to follow the rules. It's just something that you have to expect. If you're not doing something that the opponent thinks is okay, they're gonna call you out on it, you know, and vice versa. But taking it to the point where, and by the way, for our viewers, rule booking is a terminology used to when you're throwing the book at somebody and you basically try to get an automatic like round win or game win or a DQ.
Yeah, at worst, disqualification.
Right. And it's not necessarily a wrong thing to do, but to me,
it just feels unnecessary.
Right. In certain situations. Now, for example, if there's a blatant abuse or disregard for the rules, that's different. Right? You know, like, oh, okay, this person is like, they're throwing out slurs in chat, or they're constantly like, you know, doing stuff like teabagging or taunting, like taunting, doing disrespectful things over and over and over, and you've already said something once or twice and they still keep doing it. That's different. Absolutely. We're talking about first offense and you immediately go to the rule book. That seems a little, it depends on the situation, you know? But thankfully, that hasn't happened actually for a while. The high school league, when I first joined, I remember it being a lot more common. But as the community out here has grown and high school esports has gotten more attention, it's died down a lot, and I'm really grateful for that. But we have this engagement here. We're following.
Looks like we're running
Winston.
a dive comp with the Winston here. The Winston and the Genji are two very prominent dive heroes. So you'll see that a lot in dive comps because of their ability to get in and get out with little issue and just cause a big problem for the enemy team, because that's what dive comp is.
Right.
Diving
and we're going hard into that with a diva on top of it. So that's
dive correctly.
Yeah, it's very powerful combination. You'll see it very common. You'll see it very commonly in most comps, where you're going to have your diver, you're going to have your two carries, you're going to have your support, and then you're going to have your DPS damage peeler. Peeler's job is to make sure that any of the tankier people that are harder to kill basically don't have a lot of health.
Legitimately just dive on the Junkrat.
Right, and then just dive on the Junkrat. Looks like they switched. No.
They did switch.
Oh, they did switch.
They switched from the Diva to the Roadhog.
To the Roadhog. Might be actually a good choice here, just because Winston likes to decide when to go in. As you can see, the Roadhog did take out our Genji there, because that hook, man, I've always said it.
The hook on the Roadhog has always been one of his most devastating utilities when used correctly. It is so hurtful.
There are two things in every competitive game that are overpowered, in my opinion: displacement abilities and movement speed.
Movement, and crowd.
Right. Sure. Crowd control and movement speed are huge, and they make a giant difference.
They are so hurtful. Like Juno's speed ring, I would know this as former Juno player. Varsity player played Juno.
Nice kill, by the way.
Wonderful. Juno's speed ring is one of her most devastating things to use, because it helps their ability to get in and get out. Move hard and fast into the team fight, and then get out if need be, if things aren't going your way. And it just helps get to the point faster, get off the point, get out of a dangerous situation as fast as you possibly can. And it is so devastating when played correctly. And then crowd control, stuns, anti-heal, things like that, those are equally as devastating too, because of their ability to sway a team fight in your favor. Absolutely. If your entire team is grouped up and you're out healing all their damage, and you take a singular anti-heal nade from Ana, it's entirely over, because what's keeping you in the fight is your healing. If you can't be healed, your fight is done. So crowd control and movement are two of the strongest.
That's part of the reason why the Freakiest has been able to stay in this fight for so long. We just saw a huge,
he has the
huge
healing.
push. He has, what's that character's name?
Wuyang. He's the newest character.
Okay, that's why I'm like, Wuyang. Okay, new.
Yeah, he's the newest character. He came out, I think, a month or two ago. It looks like Junkrat used the tire, tried to hit Rikis with it, and it did nothing.
Yeah.
That is horrifying.
As a Junkrat, I don't think that going for the tank is the best decision. He doesn't really have much of a choice here because our team is doing something very clever here. They're actually choking them out at a choke point where you have to deal with what's in front of you before dealing with it. Oh, here comes the Roadhog. He is getting the healing, but Winston just decides, you know what, screw that. I'm just going to go straight for the problem people in the back. And unfortunately, they're not getting a lot of coverage. And of course, Zasev just throwing himself in there. And our Genji, Snotty over on Genji is just, I want to point out, so much happened during that giant exchange in the last couple of minutes.
We were focusing specifically on the tank and then describing some of the more important things of the game, but there were so many other things that we could point out, like ability usage, placement, all sorts of things, but we were simply focused on this one person. There are so many things that go into this game as a whole, as a team-based game, and it's so utterly confusing when you don't know what you're talking about or what you're getting into.
Do you think our viewers know about the breakdown of the team comps?
No, they don't. They probably heard dive, and then I explained a little bit of dive, and that's it.
So the team comp is very important. So as I mentioned before, you have your tank. Your tank is going to be your displacer, your dive in, the person who's going to jump in, displace enemies, and basically tank a bunch of damage from the enemy team. You know, crowd controlling, stunning, paralyzing, whatever they got to do to basically make it so that your team doesn't receive any of those negative effects. Then you have your carries. Your carries are going to be any of your high damage dealers. This is usually going to amount to about 1 or 2 people per team, depending on your comp. And they are going to be the people that can take a squishy in like 1 or 2 hits, just bye, you're gone. You're sent off to respawn essentially. Very, very damaging. Usually very high skill cap though. It takes a lot of practice to actually get good with those types of characters. And then you have your supporting roles. Now your
roles are so much fun.
Right, your supporting roles are split off into 2 different kinds: enchantresses and sub tanks. Now sub tanks are like tanks, but unlike the frontline tank, they aren't as tanky and they do more of the disruption, more of the crowd control effects that keep the opponent down, not your team. So one tank to tank, the other one to give out that type of stuff. And you have a little confrontation here with our healer. And he got out of it pretty good. That was pretty good. Good job, Neko. Very good.
I'm not familiar with that terminology.
Right, so well, and then finally you have the healer, who is what we're following right now.
So is an extreme healing support.
Right, so Wu Yang and characters like him, like Mercy, that are heavily based on support, they're usually going to have healing. Not every support does. Some supports are just squishy people who have a lot of crowd control. Some supports are straight up healers. Some supports are damage dealers in that they do minimal damage, but they give negative effects. So like reducing armor, reducing attack damage, reducing attack speed, reducing movement speed. You have a lot of different variety when it comes to supports, and here we're seeing a classic version of which is the healing support. Wu Yang is doing a great job of healing himself, making sure that his team is staying alive, which is the more important part. And probably the most difficult thing for him right now is finding a good position to be in. His team, we're kind of getting rocked at the moment. So it's really hard. One of the biggest things with a healer like this is you need to focus on the most important person to keep alive in the fight. That's probably the biggest skill-based choice you can make as a healer. And if you don't do that, you're going to be left alone. And most of the time, healers can't stand on their own. They're too squishy, and they don't have the kit or the damage to keep it. Oh, Coach.
I don't know if it's yours or mine.
Could be. Maybe it's mine, or it could be that the game volume's too loud.
Push it up on the board.
On the board?
Which one? His or mine? His or mine?
Oh, both of them are pretty low? Okay. All right, thank you. So...
Put yours up, and then if it would let me open Streamlabs, please.
So while Shikano is... Shikano? Shiko?
Me?
Yeah. Well, Shiko is doing that. I just wanted to point out that I went into that whole spiel because I think it's important to understand what you're seeing. So, for example, we have the Doomfist at the front. He's our frontline tank. Then we have these two people here in front of Wu Yong. They're our main attackers, our main damage dealers. Then you have another support which is sitting behind him. Now she's a different type of support in that she's a sniper. She's a sniper.
Oh, wow.
That
Triple
was
with team
awesome.
Kill. Yikes.
Amazing job, Snotty. Wow.
Need to get some more POVs. As much as I'm sure we love our Wu Yang gameplay, I need to switch it around. But typically, I follow the rule is you spectate someone until they end up dying, and then you switch. But they're not really killing our team.
They're not really killing our team all that much. No, they're really not. And I think it's because our team has a very strong team composition.
Yeah, absolutely.
This year, the team
a very strong oak right now.
Yes, absolutely. You might be a little bit closer to your.
Hello.
Now, part of that I think is because this team has the added benefit. Pupcake, being alumni, has given them some tips.
Oh,
and one of the first things that Pupcake
advice.
always talks about, and you know this, is team comp.
Oh yeah, team compositions are the most important thing to, of course, a team game, because it's in the name. How you structure your team is how you will perform in the game. If you have no synergy with the people on your team, you will not succeed and you will not perform.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. And here we're about to see the play of the game, which is right here at the very end. I did see this.
Oh!
Yeah. Yep.
Clean shots, and then
Snotty
Bob
took
just
out
finishing.
4 people in the matter of maybe, what, 10 seconds?
Yeah.
In a high-paced game like this, for our viewers who maybe not are that familiar with this type of game, that's incredibly quick. First-person shooters, you don't take out maybe more than one person a minute if you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're doing your job as a DPS and you're going into some decent duels and decent one-on-one engagements, you're not gonna get that many picks off within like a 30-second time frame. If you're keeping consistent pressure, then sure, you'll take the win there. But to clear that many out in that small of a time frame, that just goes to show their skill and their timing and everything they're capable of, because they used the Bob to disrupt the team fight because they were pushing it as a team. Bob not only moves everyone out of the way, dealing damage, but he also does high range damage with his arm cannon, and that's exactly what we saw there. Bob not only pushed everyone out of the way, but each time Snotty would land one of the devastating shots with Ash, because when she's aimed through her sights, she does increased damage but lower fire rate. Right. He would deal most of the damage with either a headshot or just 2 body shots, and then Bob would just deal the singular shot that would finish it.
Exactly.
He's extremely fast. He's legitimately a robot with aimbot.
But keep in mind that we talk about the characters like they're super powerful, and they are, but it takes skill to wield that amount of power. Yeah. There's a very classic line from one of my favorite sources of media. I'm not going to mention the name here. I don't think it's I
think we'd get in trouble for that.
No, it's not. It's not that we get in trouble for it. I just don't want someone to go look it up and then their parents see what they're watching and be like, "What is this?" Nothing explicit, but it's there's a lot of like, you know, it's one of those typical fighter type things. So there's a lot of like, you know, blood and all that stuff. Like Mortal Kombat level stuff of violence. And I don't want anybody's parent to get upset about that. So, but omitting that, there is a classic line that it's not about how much power you have, it's about how you use it. And that is a great way to describe the characters in Overwatch 2. All of them are a little overpowered in their own way. They're all very, very powerful characters. I can't think of one that I've ever heard of being considered weak. Maybe weak in regards to like other characters within the same class, like we were talking about with like tank and healer and everything, but never like weak in terms of like just in general.
Yeah, like not weak in the sense that they can't perform, but weak in like them on their own. But I don't think I've come across a character who overall is just bad. Like not only are they just not fun to play, but they don't do anything.
Exactly. And part of that is because they're all strong. So this game asks the question, what kind of strong are you looking for and how well can you use it? And that's the thing. You have to know how to use the characters that you're playing in order to have them perform at a high level. So a great example would be how Snotty played Ash just now. Not everybody who picks up Ash is going to know how to do that. He knows how to use Ash's abilities to his advantage. You know what I mean? So that's one of the biggest things here. And for those of you at home who are like, man, how could I play like this? I'll give you one tip for any first person shooter game. I don't care if it's Battlefield, I don't care if it's Call of Duty, Overwatch 2. Aim for this. Aim for a kill every 2 minutes. A kill or an objective gain every 2 minutes. If you can do that, you can increase it to 1 minute. And that should be your overarching goal. If you can manage to either get an objective gain or a kill once every 2 minutes, that's a great starting point. That should be what you aim for. And keep in mind, that doesn't mean, oh, every opportunity, go in and get it. You have to pick your battles. You have to be very smart about it. If our Doomfist, the freakiest, just ran in and he didn't have his team behind him, he's going to die.
Not be winning fight.
No, we're not winning a fight. Our tank is down, and then their tank is going to barrel in. He's going to displace everybody, and then we're all going to get wiped out. Be smart about the decisions you make. Think about, okay, what are my advantages, and how can I best utilize them? Don't just run in because, oh, well, this guy said, you know, I have to aim for this goal. Yes, but with reason. You know,
you don't want to just throw yourself in there just because. Oh, shout out to sponsor.
Heck yeah.
Lankaton and Warpack Games. We got sponsored by Games? What?
Yeah, Warpack Games.
I never knew this.
Yes. Yes. Go check out Warpack Games if you're a big fan of tabletop games like I am. They have a great selection of Warhammer games. They have a great selection of other Warhammer-like tabletop games where you build and paint your own miniatures. They have stuff for Halo, Lord of the Rings. They also have great stuff that you can find like just any...
I'm moving it outwards.
Oh, outwards? Is it too loud? Is it too loud?
I think you might be
Is that
peaking
better?
it too much.
Oh, I'm peaking it too much. Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to figure it out because I don't know if it's either
It's
just
probably
not
because I had
picking
it too close, more than likely. Yeah. What in the world? That's my phone. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, shout out to our wonderful sponsors. They help make a lot of things happen within esports.
Absolutely. Go check out Warpack Games. They're over on West Avenue 10, just right next to like that little corner by Whole Wheatery. Same parking area as like Round Table and Texas Cattle Company, that area. So go check them out. They're awesome. Also, thank you to our local Honda dealership. Super awesome. They've actually done a great thing for us. One of the big things that they did for us is they are actually making sure all of our competitors are getting jerseys this year. So thank you.
That's absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
The helpful Honda guys did something very,
very
helpful to our teams. I think for the first time,
awesome.
I think I heard from Coach that it's the first time that every single player in the esports program will have a jersey for the season.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely wonderful.
I'm so happy about it. I cannot tell you how much it breaks my heart when I see some people, they hear that, oh, they have jerseys for sale, and then we tell them the prices and their eyes just kind of glaze over, or their head drops, or they start looking at their phone. It's very upsetting, you know? So I think it's a great thing that we were able to do that for them. And so I'm super, super thankful towards Honda for sponsoring the team and making sure everybody had a jersey. That is like one of the coolest things ever. That's going to be a memory that goes down for a lot of these kids for a long time. My phone's still going off. I'm going to take this phone call really quick while we wait for the next game.
Oh, that's why
I'll be right back.
There's nothing wrong with your mic. I don't have it on the hearing mode.
Oh, you don't?
That's why I was so concerned. I was like, wait, is it just not picking up? It's because I didn't have it on the feedback.
Well, we figured that out. But regardless, I have to go take this phone call really quick. So I'll be right back.
And there goes our wonderful coach for the time being. I hope their presence was enjoyable. Good conversation. I did love that very much. A very good, just like bit of insight and better conversation about the game. Probably a lot of nonsense for a lot of you viewers at home. So excuse my mishap right there. Trying to fix their mic so often. I didn't have it on the feedback mode, and the feedback mode lets me hear the mic audio back into the headphones so I know if it's working or not. And I was so confused, like, oh, I can't hear them. Like, I hope the stream can actually hear them. I didn't have their feedback mode on at all. So bear with me on that one. So it looks like Trash Raccoon was in fact who I thought it was. Leave me alone. Let's go spectate the actual team we're supposed to be streaming here. I'm gonna try to get a bit more POVs rather than just a few people, because I hate for some people just to watch the entire stream and not give everyone a little bit of screen time, because that sucks. I would hate for not everyone to get some screen time. So right now we're looking at Snotty Waddy on the Genji here. Looks like I don't think we're running dive. We might be running a bit of a poke or a brawl. But typically Genji isn't played into brawl. He can be played into poke, but he's a bit of a he's projectile and not hit scan. I don't know what we're playing, what we could be doing with the hazard. I think it'd be more of a brawl comp here. I don't really know what comp the enemy team is running here. And clean picks from Snotty, clean damage we're dishing out here. Clean pick. Eva no mech, wonderful. Let's see, where's Zasiv? Alright, this is a new character. I think her name is Freya. I don't know much about her, unfortunately, because I have not been on Overwatch for a very, very, very long time. And so I know nothing about any of the new characters that dropped. I don't know their kits like I do for a lot of the characters. Like I can't look at you and tell you exactly what these characters can do, because I don't I don't know. Like I can't explain to you Freya's kit like I can Juno's kit. Stuff like that. Are we back? All right, your mic's now unmuted. Woo! No, none for me.
It's from my mama.
I wish my mom would bring me a drink while I'm streaming. Mom, if you're watching, please.
Is this esports or Coach Johan's like high school bedroom? What is this? No, she knows that I work hard. So anytime the coaches are here, she'll bring us drinks.
Lucky. So I did come to find out that the person who I assumed was Trash Raccoon was in fact the person I assumed, because they sent me a message talking about how short I looked. How wonderful.
Oh no. But man, Zasiv, dude, he's multi-talented, I gotta say. So for those of you who are maybe a little bit new, a lot of our other viewers who have been watching us for a while will know that Zasiv has been around for a while, but he's not normally on this game. What game is he normally on?
We all know and love Zasiv from Brawlhalla. Oh,
yes.
And looks like we're popping the hazard hole, locking down the enemy team and getting 2 quick picks. Wonderful. Back to our prior topic though. Zasiv is known for his extraordinary work on Brawlhalla. He is a multinationalist champion, I believe.
Ooh, 3 kills, 3 pickups, by the way, on our team. Excellent job, guys. So.
Actually, just 1.
No, that was 3.
That was utility.
Oh, that was utility.
They destroyed Diva's mech and they
Oh,
destroyed
that's
the
so confusing.
Attire.
See, this is why
That's
I
why
don't
it
play
was
Overwatch.
smaller.
This is why I don't play Overwatch. No. No hate to Overwatch. Blizzard, please don't cease and desist us.
Is he multi-champion or just multinational?
I think both. I want to say both.
He plays Brawlhalla at a very, very high skill level. So much so that while it was running a different esports league, they would hold nationals for the top players or teams in their respective games. And Zasiv was a multinationalist player for Brawlhalla, meaning he played so well in his league, he took it to a championship at the national level, meaning they paid. Did they pay for it? They were sponsored, right?
Yeah, they paid for him to go out.
It was a sponsored flight for him to go out to the state of Kansas and play this game.
It was either him or the school. I think it was the school.
Regardless,
He got a free trip to Oklahoma City. Yeah. So pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's crazy stuff. He was flown out to far, far lands purely for the fact that he was super good at this video game, and he performed and he won the championship.
I just want to quickly point out our team is doing amazing right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if you guys are having a hard time keeping track of what's going on the screen, just focus on the top corners of your screen And you're going to notice that there's X's a lot more on the enemy team than us. Our team is doing phenomenally well. And I want to point this out. No team in the league is weak. I have yet to see a weak team when it comes to Overwatch. I think maybe one or two, but not in like regular season, usually in like preseason, when they're just trying to still even figure out if they want to compete. So I have yet to see a weak team. I want to point this out. The enemy team is doing very well as well. They're just, they're going up against people who are just as good, you know? We can be a little bit bold since we're here and say, maybe we're better. I don't know. You know, if you want to be a little egotistical, I guess you could say that. But ultimately, there is no bad team that I've seen so far for the regular season. And this team definitely is not bad, but our team is still doing very well despite having very talented opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong opponents. Ooh, Sleepyhead is playing one of my favorites. The few times I played Overwatch 2, I love her. I can't remember her name.
Orisa?
Yeah.
Orisa is an extremely strong tank. I don't know how well she holds up in the current meta, but she was extremely strong for an extremely long time. A lot of the time in games, you would see her in play, and she would do numbers. She's an extremely strong frontlining tank, and just what she's capable of is absolutely hurtful every way. Looks like we're back
Absolutely
on the
hurtful in every way.
Yep.
I like how you put that.
I don't think because she has pretty much everything in her kit. She can fortify herself, meaning she can't be displaced, and she gains damage reduction, meaning she's harder to kill. She's immune to status effects, I believe, when she's in fortify too, meaning she can't get anti. Not like you have to be fortified first before the anti hits.
There
Like,
we go. I was about to say, let's get into some of
the.
the action here.
Looks like Leon's doing some of the healing here.
We just
Already?
completely aced the enemy team. Yeah.
Spent too much time talking. I didn't even realize the team kill.
That's why I
happened.
said, like, you might want to head over. Our team's doing some numbers over there, man. You did miss a couple of things that Orisa is not that good at, though. Number one, she doesn't have any way to heal herself.
Typically.
But the more important thing, her cooldowns are ridiculous.
They are excruciatingly long, and that's why you have to be extremely smart and well-timed with how you play them. But it checks out because of their efficiency. I don't think there'll ever be a time where you need to use them in such quick succession.
That is true. Our team is doing a very common tactic here where they're basically setting up an ambush. So Doomfist is right above.
Back to Orisa, they just absolutely speared our Freya.
Yes,
That's what
they
makes
did.
her extremely strong, because she has a very rounded kit. Not only is she anti-displacement, but she has displacement herself with that spear. She winds up her spear and she throws it, and it pins you and it drags you along with it. It hurts and it stuns as well, meaning it can knock you out of a lot of very strong ultimates, which is one of the most hurtful parts. And
The
then
enemy team is actually locking in pretty well. They're being very good to not play the corner too much against us. I think we have something going on with one of our teams, so I'll be right back, guys. I apologize so much for that. I'll be right back.
I'll continue elaborating on a lot of that. But Orisa's kit is excruciatingly strong because anti-displacement and her own displacement as well. But she also has a deflect ability. So she has her spear, she spins it in her hand, and it blocks any and all projectiles, completely negating them as if they never existed. Very painful if you use ranged attacks, which typically are in this game. But not only that, she runs forward with it and she knocks you out of the way. It's gentle bumps, but she still moves you. So she is an extremely strong tank. Unfortunately, as much as I love the Leon gameplay, I can't give you any commentary. I don't know how his kit works, but it's very interesting nonetheless, considering he uses water. Woo! Let's see. I don't want to watch the Havoc. Get some snotty gameplay on the Soldier. A little bit of hit scan. Beautiful shots. We're holding them in spawn pretty well. So it's only a matter of time to see how they play this out. Will they manage to push past? Who knows? Will they push it to the checkpoint and gain more time? Who knows? Will we keep it here? Maybe. But it's just depending on how each team plays. And I am extremely confident in our varsity team to continue to perform.
30 seconds remaining.
Each runs on the Ana. A little bit of ranged healing. I really want to know what comp we're playing. I'm pretty convinced we're running a poke comp. It's very, very different from dive because dive comp is meant to. I wonder what's going on in chat, but dive comp is meant to be planned. You want to call it with your team who you're gonna dive, where you're gonna dive. Looks like we're getting the nano visor. Visor pretty much gives soldier aimbot. In a literal sense, it just gives him aimbot. It auto tracks your opponents and lets you shoot them. And then the nano boost from the Ana is an extreme damage buff. Wonderful, crazy stuff that you would have never expected. So having aimbot with an insane damage buff, pretty unstoppable.
Play of the game.
Given. So while we're watching this play of the game here, so dive comp, calculated plan, you call out who you're diving, where you're diving, who you're gonna jump on and deal the big damage, right? And then poke comp is a bit different. You want to poke at your opponents from a long range. So you use a lot of characters like Soldier who are able to deal damage from a long range. Typically a character type called hit scan. Because hit scan is pretty much you point and you click, and if you're hovering over someone, you'll do the damage. It scans that line, and if there's someone in that line, you do the damage. Hit scan. But there's also projectile, which is as it sounds. Instead of it just being an instantaneous raid, tracking if you're attacking someone, it's a literal projectile that flies in the game world, and if it comes into contact, all is well. I want to see if our team wants interviews because they just beat their opponents 3-0. First game of the season. Let's give it a round of applause. I'll be right back. We'll be right back. Are we back?
We're
back.
are back. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay and the commentary. I know we kind of went a little everywhere.
We went a little in depth,
just because it's been so long since we've done it together, so that was fun. But we have now the Varsity Overwatch 2 team here to do a short interview. So I'm going to go ahead and hand over my mic over to the team captain to start. And he's not super excited about it.
Do you want the headphones?
Would you like the
so can
headphones
get
or just the
feedback so you
mic?
can
It's
hear
fine
yourself.
for you. Yeah.
I feel special. I'll have the headphones on.
All
You'll have the headphones
right.
on. All right. So I'm going to get out of this seat. It's no longer my seat no more.
My seat now.
And I'll be back after the interviews are done. I'll just be off to the sidelines.
Get in here. No, for those of you who have not been on stream, no real names. We address by usernames. As strange as that's gonna be, so you'll have to address to yourself as who you are.
Yeah.
Be true to yourself. Okay, so welcome everybody. This is Chicharrones, the support player and team captain of the Overwatch 2 Varsity here at LNHS. So, first game of the season, incredible work, 3-0. Not sort of expecting it. I wouldn't expect less from you guys, but wonderful performance. How do you feel?
I feel great. I felt like we did really good out there, and some of the things that we have needed to work on, we definitely got down a lot better.
Remember, you can tighten it with the little wheel so it stays there.
Oh, that's how things work. But yeah, like we did do a VOD review with our last year team captain,
Pupcake.
Pupcake.
We all know and love Pupcake.
And we definitely needed it. And I feel like it paid off a lot because we did fix a lot of those errors, I noticed. And we were able to push a lot more confidently and sweep them pretty well.
As stern and hard knocks as Pupcake is when it comes to his teaching and coaching, it is extremely efficient and it does do its job. It might come off as a bit rash, a bit harsh, and a bit obnoxious. But when you actually put it to work, I say from experience, it pays off a lot.
It's tough love.
Tough love, as he would say. That's right. Is there anything you want to specifically say?
I just want to say thank you for all the supporters out there. Thank you for supporting our other support, Neko Neko. He did a killer job out there as well.
Glazing Neko in chat.
And don't forget to glaze our varsity tank, the freakiest. He's a crazy
Is he
good
the
doofus
freakiest
player.
All right, would that be it from you?
That's
from
it.
Chicharrones?
That's
All
about
right,
it.
let's give it up for Chicharrones. Wonderful, wonderful. Who's next? We're gonna have an appearance from the freakiest. Oh no. All right. This is a new player. I don't think we don't think you've been on stream yet. No.
No.
All right, so this is someone who's entirely new to this stream. This is the freakiest,
Yep.
the head tank of the varsity team. Welcome to the stream. How do you feel?
Yeah, pretty good. You know, it's like once we get going, it's just like barbecue chicken from there. But yeah, no. Speaking of the coaching thing, like we've improved so much from the last game. It's like so crazy, just from like looking over it and talking over it, and like I definitely improved a lot just by looking over it. My Doomfist gameplay and goated now. You know, no
Yeah,
glaze.
I'm sure you learned from the best.
Yeah, and then the supports too. You can't forget about them. They kept me alive. And then my glorious DPS, you know.
We
You
love
gotta love
Snotty
the
on
DPS. But yeah, no, it's just like
and Zassive too.
it's just like, yeah, I feel like we can play very well this season with the way we're playing now if we keep it up.
You guys do have a very strong varsity team. I was talking to Coach about it. We're looking at a very promising season here. Even that compared to the prime varsity of Overwatch.
Prime, you know. We might be like 1 or 2, and we're definitely not 2 down. All right, yeah, but I'm gonna go. See you later,
All
guys.
right. Good work out there today. Who's next? The chat loves you, man. Specifically, these two. The only other two. Well, there's your headset, so you can hear your own speech, your feedback. Oh, okay. So, I'll tell you if it's picking up or not, because I have the feedback on as well. So, here for the people who wanted him here.
Oh yeah.
For the people who wanted him here, this is Neko Neko, the other support, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here he is. So how do you feel for your first game on the Overwatch Varsity?
I think I was pretty proud of our gameplay. I think we did really good. I think I had some good plays, especially playing a character I don't play a lot. And I think, yeah, it was just really fun with this team.
What's it like being on the varsity?
I didn't expect to be on varsity. I didn't think I was that good.
I mean, you made it, and clearly it shows why.
Yeah, I think it's an achievement for me to
It's
be
a good
on
thing to hold.
this team and varsity, of course.
What do you want to add on to that? Do you want to add anything specific? Anything off topic? I
Uh,
can't see you. Come close.
No.
No. Is that it for the interview? Some slight, something simple.
Yeah.
All right. It was a pleasure having you here. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Congrats. Yeah. All right. And last but not least, we all know and love him. Returning for, I don't know what time this is. Snotty Waddy, welcome back. I'm sure for those of you who've been on the stream, they know who you are.
Yeah, probably.
Valorant GOAT, Overwatch GOAT, welcome back. How do you feel about today's game?
Honestly, it was. I do want to say it's. I don't want to say it was expected, but it was. It's expected of us, especially with our last year, how last year went. We were definitely up there. So I do feel that honestly we do deserve this win, but there's not really much to say. I feel like we played our best, or honestly, not me. I didn't play my best because I was doom scrolling a little bit. I was here and
Oh
there.
my goodness.
So that's definitely a thing. But other than that, yeah, I feel like we did deserve this.
And how does it feel? How do you feel with the build up to the first game of the season?
Kind of surprising, honestly. It was more like a shock factor because honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna play Overwatch this year.
Why's
So
that?
it was. I'm not sure because honestly, I was gonna prioritize other things, but then now realizing it because I've been in esports all 4 years, so I was like, you know, I would rather prioritize this rather than other things that get new clubs on like my extracurriculars or whatnot for like colleges. But I chose to prioritize esports, and now this is where I'm at.
Anything else you want to say? Anything off topic?
Are you streaming Valorant tomorrow? Or no, Wednesday?
I unfortunately have a game.
You have a game.
Yeah, we play both Wednesday, Thursday. We wanted to play just Thursdays, but coach was like, "You have a lot of players. Play both." And everyone was just like,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I would love to. But someone would need to sub in for my spot.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see. I mean, I would love to stream Valorant. It was one of the things that I was looking forward to, but it'll take some working.
Okay. All right. No, that's it then. That's my only question.
All right. So is that it from Snotty Waddy on stream?
That is it.
All right. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank
Good
you.
work out there. Thank you to all of our varsity members for showing. Wow. Heartbreaking. Thank you to all of our varsity members who showed up today for the interview. Good job out there. Good work. It was an entertaining match. We had a lot of fun talking about it, watching it, and I hope the stream did too. But thank you guys. You can go now. Get on to whatever activities you have.
They're so shy on camera, but as soon as they're off camera, they're like the funniest guys.
Yeah, they're the most like
Please don't close it all the way.
most energetic group of people you'll ever meet.
Oh yeah, I have to say, when it comes to our team, I can't think of a single person that I genuinely like, even slightly dislike. The culture here it's something else. I love every single one of you. I'm very proud of everything that you guys do, even yourself. I mean, taking on the role of, team captain for Shoutcasting. Really, I think of you as a manager. You're scheduling people, you're scheduling streams, you're going in and you're deciding how they should be run, what expectations you have. That's a big role to take on. And so you're doing it at such a young age. I'm proud of every single one of you. Seriously. It means a lot to me that you guys take pride in what you're doing. It really is. So, yeah, that's awesome to me.
Thank you for the kind words, Coach. I'm sure everybody who knows who you're talking about and everybody in general would appreciate those sort of things. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much.
It makes me laugh because I'm like, I have such good feelings towards all of you guys. And I will never forget, some people are like, "Yo, yeah, Coach Johan, he's like the Batman of esports." I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, I know I get strict. I know I do. I'm not saying I don't, but
But it comes for a reason.
it comes for a reason. It's because I have a high expectation of you guys. When you meet it, I'm the proudest person ever. When you don't meet it, man, I'm the most disappointed person ever. I know you felt it before. You know, it's a part of growing up, dude. You know, certain people they get disappointed or they get very proud of you depending on whether or not you meet those expectations. And it's not hard expectations, not for you guys. Everybody in esports, every single one of you is so passionate, so talented, and so hardworking that it's hard for me not to have high expectations of you guys. It matters a lot to me that you understand that it's not coming from a place of judgment. It's coming from a place of, I know you're capable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's my big thing. I know you're capable of it. I'm not going to expect you to do something I don't think that you can do. This you can do, and you can do it very, very well. So that's where that comes from. So yeah, I do get frustrated and I do get disappointed when certain people don't, you know, perform. And I'm not talking about just for game. I'm talking about just like as personal growth.
Yeah.
You know, like if you took on this role, let's say for example, and you weren't doing what you were doing, you know, you weren't putting the work in, you weren't meeting the expectations of the role, I'd be very disappointed. I'd be on your butt, dude. I'd be so upset with you.
I'd be disappointed in myself too. How are you going to be the stream manager and you don't have good streams?
Right, exactly. So but that's just a normal thing. And I'm disappointed in you, not because I think that you effed up. It's because I know you're capable of doing it well. And you've actually gone far and above that. Everybody, our club officers, our team captains, even with the Fortnite, you know, community, because the community is so large and the type of people and personalities that tend to gravitate around Fortnite, it tends to be really difficult to get them organized. And that's not on them. That's just, you know, that's the type of people that Fortnite kind of gravitates towards on a casual level. So when you're joining, it's a little bit more work getting used to all like the organization of esports.
Mm-hmm.
Totally understandable. That's fine. Even this year, they're responsive. They know the expectations. They don't talk back. They don't make excuses when they screw up. They seek out help. They ask questions, which is the most important thing to me. Very proud of every single one of them. I'm proud of every single one of our players this year. They've shown, those who are returning like yourself have shown immense growth. The new ones are showing that they are able to adapt and meet the expectations that we have, which I think is awesome. It's one of the best groups that we've had so far for esports. I'd say it's right up there with Mariah's group and with everyone else as well. It's so important to me. Thank you, Dominic Mayfield, for subscribing. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
I don't think I've ever seen a notification from YouTube while streaming.
Right. It's a YouTube notification. That's pretty freaking awesome, dude.
And the thing is, I don't think we ever advertised the YouTube streams. Like it's available, it's open, but we only ever talk about Twitch. So that means they just happen to come across it.
Well, that's because Twitch, number one, it's for streams. It's like the main thing that you go to for streams. Number two, YouTube is weird. Anybody who's done any kind of level of YouTube can tell you. I've done YouTube for streaming. I would double stream YouTube and Twitch at the same time when I had my own stream, personal stream. And I will tell you right now, YouTube is so weird. Their algorithm makes no sense and it changes all the time.
So I've heard.
So it's a frustration. Whereas Twitch, it's like, oh, you do this and then you'll get, you know, recognition for it. So pretty cool. Anyways, going back to what I was saying is just I'm very proud of this group. It's right up there with, you know, the groups that we have with Mariah, with some of our other, you know, alumni in the past. You know, you guys are like the culmination of some of the best examples of sportsmanship, leadership, and camaraderie that we've seen in quite a while. And I'm so excited for this season. It's going to be a good season. I think it's going to be a good year. It's going to be a very good year.
But yeah, shout out to a lot of our graduated members, Pupcake, Jaden,
Yep.
Mariah,
Yep.
Aubrey.
Yes, absolutely.
Former
Aubrey did
stream
a
manager.
lot.
Oh yeah, she was always streaming. She was putting in so much work.
Some of you probably recognize actually Aubrey from a couple of the times where we actually coordinated with the city of Lancaster.
Right, she was the speaker, which is a crazy deal, might I say.
Huge deal. Very, very proud of her. Very strong young lady. She's going to go places. If she doesn't do something with streaming or at least with like camera work, man, wherever she takes us, what are you doing? But obviously something more important. I don't know. But she's definitely somebody that I think is gonna do very well in the coming years. I think it's gonna be good. So yeah. So anything we wanted to wrap up with or talk about while we were on stream here?
Not really. Nothing pertaining to like outside information. I mean, I could go on and on about Overwatch for those who don't know. I still didn't go over Brawl Comp. But other than what we've already gone over, no. I think it's been a really, really good stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a lot of fun as always. I don't think I have any complaints.
Oh, I wouldn't say any complaints at all. No, not at all. Maybe we need to get a new core. We need to get an extension for this cord.
For sure. I don't know where this is plugged in, but
we'll figure it out.
It's not convenient.
Yeah, it's not convenient at all. We'll figure it out though.
Actually, you know what I do want to complain about? This mic stand. Do you know how many times I just adjust it and over time it just like gently like wiggles off of the little board here and then falls while I'm streaming?
Tell you what, you go ahead and write out a list and then send it to a group DM with me and Coach Mario. We will see what we can do.
Earlier on stream, while I'm getting it set up, I'm like shoving it into the wall and then like retightening it because it's actively falling.
Okay, we'll look into that. I think the only other thing I wanted to talk about, because I've sung the praises of the program plenty. I think the only other thing I wanted to talk about is I hope that the viewers, you've gotten plenty of not just entertainment from these streams. When I come on here, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but one of the things I always try to do is make sure that people are informed. What are they watching? You know, what are the core things? What are the core basic principles of what they're watching? Because not everybody understands it.
Yeah, like the esports and video games in their entirety isn't everyone's thing.
Right.
And it's totally understandable. Like you're not going to be as much into game as obviously other people.
Yeah. And one thing that you have to understand is that since about 1980s era, video games have progressed far more than anybody would have ever assumed. There was a time where they thought Pong was going to be the height of video gaming, and that's all it was going to be. I'm not kidding.
Pong is so fire though.
there was dozens, and I'm not exaggerating, dozens of consoles dedicated to just Pong. Just Pong. All wood paneling and everything. Like, it was a very common thing. There's probably 100 different consoles made for Pong. I'm not exaggerating. I have one of the very first ones that they made, the Odyssey 4000.
You have that?
Yes.
Lucky.
Yeah. Cool. It's modified too. I can plug it directly into the wall instead of having to unscrew the stupid VCR and put those little forks and screw the pins back down.
Is that how those work?
That's how it worked. You had to take off the top of the VCR. You have to take off the top part of the case of the VCR. There'd be two little screws that you had to slightly undo. You had these two little fork things, and you had to slide them underneath the screw head and then screw it back down. It's gone a long way. It's gone a long way. So one of the things I always try to do is make sure our viewers are informed, because video games have progressed immensely quickly. Like, it's absurd how quickly they've progressed. And it's very important for people to understand that, yes, this is video games. Yes, it is competitive. Why? Because we have gotten to the point now where it's basically virtual chess with its own rules. That's kind of what it is. We're talking about an industry that's so popular. For certain games, people are getting work visas to come from other countries to come and play games at another country. They do it for Japan. They do it for Korea. They do it for the United States. Yes, we've done that before. There's been talks in the United States about making an Olympic category.
Olympic esports. Oh,
I'm not kidding. That's a thing that they've talked about, because that's how big video games are getting. It's very young. You have to keep that in mind. Like, it's getting onto the same level as traditional sports, and those have been going around since like the early 1900s. And I think they fully organized around 1920s or 30s, I want to say, 30s or 40s. Sorry, I don't know why I said 20s. 30s or 40s, somewhere around that area. I don't know sports as well as I do video games, obviously.
Early on.
But it was very early on. We're talking about an industry that competitively started in mid-2000s, 2005 to 2008. That's when this started. Started with CS:GO. That's why a lot of kids talk about Counter-Strike Global Offense, because that was one of the very first games that was an esports game. So,
Yeah, Counter-Strike will always be a foundational esports
Right.
game for sure.
Counter-Strike, not World of Warcraft, Warcraft.
What's the difference?
Yeah, there's a difference.
What?
Yeah, think StarCraft, but Warcraft. Have you played StarCraft?
No.
Oh man, real-time strategy, base builder, and dominance game. So basically, you build your own buildings, you get your own troops by producing them. You gain resources, you grow bigger, and then you go and try to destroy your opponent's base. It's point-based usually, so there's a lot like that. It's kind of like Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, those types of games where it's like real-time strategy. But those are like the basics of all competitive video games. So you have to understand this is very, very new, and we've gone from essentially polygon level graphics and very simple coding to a point where we're telling full-on stories in games. We are having organized and choreographed teams for competitive gameplay. This is not just a state thing or a regional thing or a national thing. This is an international level.
Worldwide.
Yeah, it's an international level thing. In other countries, they've seen the value in it, clearly. You go to Korea, man, there's a reason why kids talk about the Korean servers. Koreans are nuts because when they dedicate themselves to something, it's their culture. You don't just try something out. You get good at it. You have to.
Well, let me pull up the list of teams here because let's see, over WCS teams, because there's a lot of teams from a lot of different places. Like this league is expansive from all sorts of places around the world.
Oh yeah. Well, the league that we're playing in, is I think it's regional or national. I don't think it's international.
Oh, by no means.
Yeah.
I think the furthest.
Which league are you referring to?
The Overwatch league, like the official.
Oh, the
Overwatch
official.
league.
Yeah, they're going to be huge. It's going to be all around the world. You're going to see people from Russia. You're going to see people from Sweden, from Germany. There's people from France. There's teams from the UK, the US, Canada. I think Mexico has a team. Spain has a team. Korea and Japan absolutely have a team. I don't know if China has a team. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a team. They everywhere, and that's something that, again, I relay basic information because we're going to get to a point one day where this is being normally televised, like sports are. You know, it's getting there. It's already getting there.
Turn on the TV and let's watch the Overwatch championship.
Seriously, dude.
Something
Seriously.
I never thought I'd like ever experience, but it's definitely getting there. But back on the topic of like the whole expansive worldwide network of things, a lot of teams are based in the U.S. There are a lot of U.S. teams like San Francisco. I'm going to go down the list. San Francisco Shock, Seoul Dynasty, Dallas Fuel, London Spitfire, Los Angeles Valiant, New York Excelsior, Atlanta Reign, Boston Uprising, Chengdu Hunters, Florida Mayhem, Guangzhou Charge, Hangzhou Spark, Houston Outlaws, Los Angeles Gladiators, Shanghai Dragons, and so many more that I can't even begin to name.
Note for those of you who were listening in on that list very carefully just now, you'll note that, yes, the U.S. has separate teams for every state.
Very, very big league.
Just putting that out there. They have a team for every state. That's how you know.
And some in the same state too. There's San Francisco Shock and LA Gladiators.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Same state, two different teams.
Yep. And then you have big like whale teams is what I call them. Teams that are just so well known you could just say their name and everyone's like, oh yeah, we know that. Or even people who aren't in esports, they're like, oh yeah, I think I've heard that name before. Cloud9,
G2,
TSM. You know, like there's just certain names where people go like, oh yeah, you know,
like even if you're not crazy into video games, but like you're aware of that sort of stuff.
Fnatic is huge.
But yeah,
you're just like, oh wait, that is right.
You don't have to be like crazy into this sort of stuff. Like you can play games and just know that like these leagues and teams exist.
Mm-hmm.
Those names will be known to you as much as you will want to deny it. You've heard G2 at least once in your life.
You've heard TSM at least once in your life. Cloud9, I know you heard. Fnatic used to be bigger. I think that's more my time. I think that's more like 2013, 2014 era. But 2013, 2014 era. But ultimately, that's the point though, is that just like you have
It's getting big.
just like you have the Chiefs, you have the Packers, you have the Bulls, you have, I'm jumping to different like traditional sports teams from different sports. You have teams like that for competitive games, for esports. It's just gotten to that point now. So, anyways, I'm sure you got to get going soon.
Let me actually check.
Let me double check.
I did say, my dad texted me.
Oh, yeah, probably have to get going.
Let's see, because I'll keep it going for a little bit because it will be a little bit of a drive to get here.
I didn't want to like get you in trouble. That's the one thing I feel the worst about though. I've done that before to you though. I've done that before, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want him to get in trouble. It was my fault. I'm sorry.
The one time that I almost got in trouble was when you were trying to teach me that one Chinese board game, and I was super invested, and I had to leave. You still need to teach me.
Wait, which Chinese?
It was the one with the little circular pieces, the little white circular pieces.
White? Was it white and black?
One team, so each piece was white, but there was an inscription on it in either black or in red, depending on the side of the board.
Oh, you're talking about Chinese chess.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, Qing Qian. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. When you say that, you have to keep in mind. So, like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of board games.
You know a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I just recently started learning that one. I've also learned how to play Go. I'm not good at it. Don't ask me to play. I'm not very good at it at all. I get destroyed every time I go online. It's awful. I feel very ashamed. So, there's that one. There's a couple actually that I know of that would fit that description. But Go is the big one. I really like Go. If you're ever interested in learning Go, I will teach you in a heartbeat. I have nobody out here to play with. It makes me very sad.
I guarantee I will probably be one of the main people who will learn new games.
Yeah, I'm always down to teach. I don't think have I ever told Stream exactly my background on gaming.
I don't even think you've told me.
No. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to get into a little bit of personal detail. I don't mind. I don't care. Born in 97, so that means I was born in that very awkward era where we were going from 90s video gaming to early 2000s video gaming. But I came from a low-income household. Not low, not like impoverished, but definitely not like upper end. So I didn't have the newest stuff growing up. I usually had stuff that were like 3 to 5 years older than I was. So my very first console was a handheld. It was a Game Boy Color.
Love the Game Boy Color.
I learned how to play Pokemon at a very early age. And my first exposure to computer games was actually at my cousin's house because his dad was very big into gaming. And so he got him his own PC to play. And we played that House of the Dead arcade game on the computer. That was my introduction to computer games. And then my introduction to competitive games was Warcraft 3 that I played with my uncle. That was the very first time I played. Now, skip a few years ahead to when I'm in my first or second year of high school. And that's when I found League of Legends. And I became a filthy League of Legends player. I'm kidding. League of Legends is not that bad. The game's good.
We love you, all of our League players out there.
With the game's good, but y'all are toxic, man. I should know. I was one of you. So it's true what they say. You do get really toxic when you play the game, but only if you're bad at it.
I only know 2 people who played League. You and then my friend Corey. That's it.
Yeah, it's older. It was more common my time. So we're talking like 2012, like to about 2016, 17. It was much more common for high schoolers to be playing it. I had like 3 or 4 friends who were playing in high school all the time. And it was a lot of fun. But that was my introduction into competitive gameplay for that. And through there, I found out about, there's an online competitive for Counter-Strike, Call of
I'm gonna
Duty.
be here for a bit.
Oh, you're gonna.
They're not even gonna leave to come over here for 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we
All right,
have
cool.
time.
But so that is where I got a lot of my competitive gaming knowledge. That was through League of Legends. So in League of Legends, you have a bruiser in the top lane who's usually one of your tanks, and a peeler as well as a displacer and things like that, like we were talking about earlier. You have a jungler who can be a mix of different things. They basically go around and help make sure that the other lanes are okay and that they're not getting completely destroyed. They're kind of like the all-around support that makes sure everyone's okay. You have your mid laner, who's usually going to be your burst mage, like burst damage type person. And then in the bot lane, you have your AD carry. So they're going to be a ranged character that does a lot of basic attack damage. And then they're going to have a support with them. And the support could be anything from an enchanter that heals or crowd controls or does buffs or debuffs, etc. Or they're going to be a tank, like we were talking about before. So a lot of that basic game knowledge is where that comes from when it comes to competitive gaming knowledge. Other gaming knowledge I have actually comes from the gaming knowledge I got from board games, funnily enough. So I've been playing Magic the Gathering since I was about 10 years old, so I'm encroaching on 20 years of playing the game. And then I've also been playing D&D for a very, very long time, since I was around like 14 or 15 years old. So we're encroaching on about 15 years for that. And those games teach you how to strategically think in a non-time sensitive manner. Understanding what resources you have, what advantages you have, and how to best utilize the tools at your disposal to defeat your opponent. Mm-hmm. Whatever that goal is that lets you defeat your opponent, that's what you're aiming for.
I could sort of put that into translation to the newer games and more and like online games as well. Mm-hmm. Resource management mm-hmm. is a very big thing that we learn in either Overwatch or Marvel Rivals, in either of the coachings. Oh, hey, we got more viewers.
Nice. Hey.
Surprisingly, our peak is when the game isn't going. Wow.
That's okay.
But resource management is one of the biggest things. And
mm-hmm.
prior to me leaving the Marvel Rivals team, because I was on Varsity this year, but I wanted to leave that team so I would have more time for streaming. And the one lesson during coaching that we had gotten from Pupcake was resource management. And it was pretty much, if you were playing into the exact same team composition in the exact same manner, you guys have the exact same strategy, exact mm-hmm. same agents on your team, how do you defeat that? And we learned a lot about resource management.
Yes.
And because it may seem really convoluted, really confusing, but it means a lot in that game, because yes. everyone has their own kits, their own abilities, mm-hmm. and if everyone has all of their abilities, you're at an equal standing. But the less abilities you have, the lower you end up. And it may seem very, very minuscule, very small, like, oh, I just used one ability, what's that gonna do? They have an ability up on you. Right. And that can sway the fight immensely. If that momentum continues, the scale will tip until you're at the very bottom and you lose. Resource management is a crazy, crazy thing to keep in mind. What to use, when to use it, how to use it.
I would say that it's probably the most fundamental skill that anybody who's trying to get better at any game, I don't care if you're on a video game, a board game, if you're playing a first-person shooter, or Stardew Valley. Like, I don't care what game you're playing. If you want to
manage your resources,
you need to manage your resources. If you don't know how to manage your resources, or if you don't even know what that means, let me give you a basic example. Let's say that you're a bricklayer. You only have so much cement and so many bricks, but you have to build this wall up to a certain height. Your job is to use the cement and the bricks as efficiently as possible so that you can make the wall the way that it needs to be made. That's the real world application of resource management. How does that translate to video games for some of our younger viewers who are a little bit more familiar with video games? Well, if you're playing a first-person shooter, one of the most common things that you can use as a good example of
bullets.
Yes, thank you. Bullets. Keeping track of your ammo is one of the most common things that you can do almost immediately to get instantly better at the game. I cannot tell you how many clips of CS:GO I've seen of somebody trying to shoot the opponent to win the game, and it just
Click, click,
It's
click.
just click, 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 click. They don't have any ammo, and it's because they weren't paying attention to their resources. And so they're either stuck in a reload animation or they realize, oh, I'm all out of ammo. And now they are stuck literally with no weapon and 2 or 3 people who are gunning them down, and then they lose the game, and then they cuss out and get in trouble and get, they get grounded for cussing because they lost a game and they got a little too invested. So I've seen
Happens
it.
to the
I've
best
seen it
of
very
us.
common. In chess, this is actually one of the first things that you learn in chess if you're going to play competitively. Every piece has a value attached to it. Pawns are 1. Rooks are 3. Knights and bishops are worth 2. The queen is worth 9, if I remember correctly. And then the king, of course, is the king. He can't be taken. He has to be checkmated. That the resource numbers attached to all those pieces is there so that as a player, you can track who's ahead after multiple pieces have been taken on both sides. If you've taken more resources away from your opponent than they've taken from you, then that's how you know, oh, I'm ahead. Or vice versa, oh, I'm behind. And so now you know that you should play back. Because if you have less resources than your opponent, you're going to lose the game 9 times out of 10. So people who like to take pieces all the time at a high level, like I don't remember if it's Carl Magnuson. I don't know if it's Carl Magnuson or Carl Magnus. Sorry. I can't remember if it's Magnus or if it's another person I'm thinking of. Could be Hikaru. I don't remember. I have to revisit it again. There's a current day grandmaster. He is known for loving to take pieces off the board. And it's because he likes to get the resource advantage so that he can drown his opponent in that advantage. He's going to basically bully you, make you make a mistake. He's going to take high value pieces every single time he has a chance. And then when you have nothing but pawns and he has all the high value pieces on the board, he's going to use that advantage to completely wipe out your pawn structure and put you into a hole that you can't get out of. That's a very common thing that he likes to do. So even chess has some level of resource management.
Yes,
for you to
guys,
track.
chess. Who would have thought?
I know, yeah. Even the game I play, Go, every piece is the same. You place it in one spot, it doesn't move for the rest of the game unless you completely surround it, and then it's a captured piece that goes towards your opponent's end score at the end of the game. Every stone you play is a resource. You have to know where to play it, how efficiently to play it, and how to play it in a way where it's flexible. That game gets really convoluted and really confusing for beginners very quickly. But even a game that is thousands of years old from China has a concept of resource management before most games were even invented. So that's just something to consider. The very first board game that I think we know of called the King's Game. It's basically a race. We're not too certain on the rules, but from what we can tell, the main resource in that game was your moves. How well you used your moves to get ahead of your opponent. Take something as old as cribbage. Cribbage is the same way. How well do you use your resources, the cards in your hand, to move your peg along the board efficiently? What's the best way to do that? That's how people who are really good at cribbage win so often.
Another good example for resource management games, the Oregon Trail. The Oregon Trail is
Great
extremely
example.
resource reliant. You need to know what road pieces to use, how much ammunition you have, clothing, food, water, spare parts, all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of things that go into play, and if you're missing that part and there's no way to replenish it, well, you move it.
Stardew Valley, if you don't know what seeds you're buying and what gives you the most bang for your buck, you could find yourself in a hole on cash very quickly. And in that game, you have to have money to progress. You need to farm and grow your crops and progress. And if you don't know what you're buying or you don't know what you're getting yourself into, I've seen someone make a beginner mistake where they bought nothing but tea leaves because they were like, oh, I want to make a tea-based farm. Cool. Until you realize that it's 500 gold per pouch of seeds, and you suddenly are having to make a long-term investment where your tea leaves, as just raw leaves, are worth maybe 100 gold. You get yourself into a hole very quickly, and all of a sudden, you can't progress in the game because you have no way of making money. So now you have to sit there and fish all day because you don't have any other way of gaining money. So every game, even if it's not competitive, it's all about resource management, understanding how best to utilize it to your advantage. In Magic, it's the mana cards, the lands, the resource cards, how best to utilize them in a single turn so you can make good plays that give you an advantage in the game somehow. Every game is based around resource management. So if you want to get better at games, any game, focus on resource management. What's my resource? What can it get me? And how does it hinder my opponent? If you can answer those 3 questions, you're on your way to perfect resource management.
Absolutely.
So it's very important. The only other thing I would say is important when it comes to getting good at video games specifically is positioning. Every game except for like cozy games and games that don't have like, specific positioning. So like Overwatch, very important. Yeah, on positioning. League of Legends, my game, positioning, people get caught out all the time. Other games similar to it, like Smite, positioning is huge. Call of Duty, positioning is huge. Battlefield, positioning is huge. Rainbow Six, that's nothing but positioning for like the first 3 to 5 minutes. Like if you've ever seen, go and look up after this stream, go and look up competitive R6, like MLG type content. Like look up R6 professional gameplay. Those professionals,
craziest spots ever.
They don't fight the enemy team for like the first 3 minutes of the match. It's just positioning and setup. That's all it is. Because that game is so reliant, because they can do like peek corners. They can literally like look over the corner.
Yeah, that game is crazy. It's fun, but it's crazy. I haven't played it in a long while.
There's a lot that goes into it. So
I played it in like the first year it came out. It was crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
My dad had actually gotten it on the PS4 at my old house, and I remember just like being so captured. I was like, "Wow, this game is cool."
PS4 is better than a PS5.
Yes. But I thought the game was so cool, and I was like watching, and then like when I tried to play it, I was so bad. But like me in elementary school, it's like a 4th grader, and I ended up like playing this game crazy. Like I wasn't good at it, but you don't expect a little 4th grader to be really good at a game like to know how to play Siege.
But it's cool when you have like parents who enjoy a game and then you get attached to it because they enjoy it. I unfortunately didn't have that. I did have that actually, not from a parent, but from a grandparent. You're never going to guess what game it was.
I don't even want to guess. There's so many. Knowing you, there's at least 6 options.
It's not a board game.
Okay, there's at least 4 options.
Do you want to guess or do you want to just go for it?
Don't say Warcraft.
It's not.
Okay.
No.
It's not League.
No. That's way before League's time. I'm talking like I was 4 or 5 years old and I was playing this with my grandmother of all people.
Asteroids.
No, it's a PS1 game. Yeah. I had a cool grandma, dude. I have a cool grandma. She's still around and she's awesome. I love her.
What was it?
It was Spyro.
Oh my God. I would have never guessed.
I told you wouldn't. Spyro the Dragon, the first one and the second one. We never played the third. But yeah, no, that was the game that I got really good at. Oh, there actually is one before it. I almost forgot. There's one before it.
I'm not even gonna bother guessing.
Frogger. The PS1 version of Frogger. And she smoked me every time. She was so good at that game.
We're getting smoked at Frogger.
I was getting smoked in Frogger. I would go into the racing version of it and try to beat her, and she smoked me every time.
Mima putting in work on Frogger.
Yeah, for me, it's not Mima for me, it's Grandmama for me.
Grandmama.
Grandmama. She destroyed me. And then you know what's funny is Rocket League first came out, and I was telling my grandparents about it, and I'd never seen my grandfather touch a controller. I come over one day, I'm like, hey, I'm like, hey, Papa, what you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm just playing this.
Rocket League.
Yeah, no, legit. He had downloaded Rocket League because he had heard about it and he got interested. He likes cars, so he was interested and he downloaded it and he was playing it. I don't think he still plays anymore, but he was playing it and he was like, this is fun. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was like, can I play with you? He was like, yeah.
Oh no!
And he smoked me on that too.
Damn.
That's way later. Like I was already an adult when Rocket League came out.
Smoked by Pop and Rocket League.
Yep.
I could never.
Yep. It's it's crazy, man. My grandparents are cool. Yeah, my grandmother had had a PS1 before I ever got one. And then I never had a PS2 growing up. She had the PS2. We played Jackson Daxter together on that one. Yeah.
It's not a game that I've heard of, unfortunately.
I'm so disappointed right now. No! Not in you. Not in you. In your parents. How dare they?
Hey,
I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking.
I had some good game exposure.
No, you did. But Jack and Daxter, dude, that's like that's like the peak of late 90s, early 2000s. That's like you've never heard of Tack.
All right, thank you guys for joining us today.
Oh no. I need to bring in a PS1 and sit you and all your friends down and expose you to Jack and Daxter and Tack. What? What? You've never. Oh man, you're making me feel so old.
Wait, I'm so sad. I don't have stream set to record. Well,
oh, it's not set to record?
No, I don't remember turning it on.
Oh
Wait.
no.
So, someone clip this. Someone clip this on the stream. Wait.
Someone clip it.
Yeah,
Please.
someone clip this. How do I go back? Overlays.
How do I go back?
Where am I?
Can't you just hit the record button at the bottom?
It's not gonna record what already happened.
Oh, that's true.
How do I go back? Wait, where am I?
You're in the overlays section. You need to go back to the editor
Editor.
at the top. Go to editor. There
Okay,
you go.
we're back. I'm gonna clip that single handedly actually, because I need that. Wait. Oh my god. That's
Oh
great.
man, yeah, dude. Jack and Daxter, Tack. Oh, I know. I'm gonna get all the oldies in here. Croc. Heck yeah, Croc. That was a good game. I know you've heard of Banjo Kazooie. Don't tell me. Okay,
Yes.
good. I was about to say you had to have at least heard Banjo Kazooie.
No, I
Don't break my heart like that. So many people are disappointed in you right now. You've never heard of Jack and Daxter. Jack and Daxter is huge. It had a whole trilogy attached to it. That's, you know what, I take it back. It's not like you haven't heard of Tack. I'll take it back. It would be like saying, oh, I've never heard of Ratchet and Clank.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah. But now you understand my shock, because it's like, you never heard of Ratchet and Clank? Like, it's the same thing.
Okay,
Like,
makes sense. Makes sense.
Those are like the two big things at the time. So I'm just like, you've never heard of Jack and Daxter? That's crazy. I gotta educate you. I gotta bring in my PS1.
It'd be so much fun.
Yeah. Oh no, my PS2. Sorry, my PS2. I gotta bring in my PS2.
I need to get
on some
my
Jack and
PlayStation
Daxter.
Classic clean.
Hmm?
My dad found a PlayStation Classic in our
Ooh.
Lola's garage, and so we need to like get it cleaned and refurbished, make sure it still works.
Nice.
But I was so like ecstatic when they brought it home. I was like, oh my god, I never thought I would see a PlayStation Classic and like hold it in my hands.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I have a PS1. I have a PS2 that was handed down for me, and it came with the first two God of Wars. I need to get God of War 3. So I have the full collection for it. I have a Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Color. I have an original 3DS. I have a DSi, 3DS, 3DS XL. I have a Wii, an original Wii with all the cables and everything, and multiple games for it, including Resident Evil 4. Yes, that was my exposure to Resident Evil 4. No, do not judge me. I used the classic controller. Calm down. Did not use the crappy, or excuse me, the bad, Wiimote controls. That was not going to happen. Not going to subject that. I'm not going to subject myself to that. I have the Odyssey 4000 I told you about. And then just to show you, this almost sounds like bragging, because this shows you how awesome my mother is too. She got me for my birthday, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. Can you guess what console? I think early. I think like 70s.
Early.
Yeah, I think 70s.
So I'm not gonna guess this.
You might. It was a major console.
Major console, early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a Nintendo of any sort?
No.
No?
It was before Nintendo. This company dominated the gaming industry in the US until the crash. And then Nintendo came around and picked it back up.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't know.
An Atari 2600.
Okay, so it wasn't Atari. I was like, no way, right?
Yeah, no, it's an Atari. It's an original Atari 2600 with the original box, original controllers,
Wow.
and it's in perfect grade A condition. I'm not going to even ask her how much it cost. I don't want to know.
I wouldn't want to know either. I'd feel horrible.
all I know is that it's sitting up in my closet until I get the proper equipment to hook it up, because I'm very picky when it comes to my classic stuff. I want a specific type of TV with specific types of ports available, or at least an adapter that works well with it. So yeah, but no, yeah, dude, that's my stuff when it comes to gaming. Is like I was exposed to all the older stuff as I was growing up. I mean, for like up until I want to say 2003, when the Game Boy Advance SP came out, the one that folds and square shaped.
Like the little square Game Boy?
Yeah, it was little square and it unfolded, so it had the little square screen.
My abuela had one. I don't know what happened to it, but I remember playing Monsters Inc. on it.
Oh yeah,
think it was
there was a
fun.
Monsters Inc. game
It was
for
so
it.
much fun.
The games that I played mostly on mine were Pokemon Emerald, which yes, I still have a copy of. Yes, the $300 one. I had Samus, or not Samus. I had Metroid Zero Mission.
That's the game. Wasn't that the game that had gotten stolen? Was it a Metroid game? You were telling me the story about how someone stole
Oh
one of the
no,
games.
I was really upset because the game that got stolen, well, that game, it didn't get stolen, it was lost to time. So I had traded, it was supposed to be a temporary trade with a friend of mine. He traded the Spyro and Bash God, you can tell I'm tired. The Spyro and Crash Bandicoot like collab game with me. So I could try that game out, and I gave him Metroid Zero Mission to try out. He ended up holding on to Metroid Zero Mission. I never managed to get it back. He had lost it at one point. At least that's what he told me. Again, we were kids. He could have been lying. I don't know. But he had supposedly lost it, and so I never got to see it back. So I need to get that game again. I missed that. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, one of the first Mario and Luigi Bro games. Like the RPG ones that wasn't Paper Mario. That I love that game so much to death. I could play Superstar Saga like for the rest of my life. I love that game. It is so much fun. And the story is super fun too. But anyways, so those were like the top 3 games. I remember playing Metroid Fusion on it. I actually still have Metroid Fusion. So there's a lot of good games on that console. That console is like heavily slept on, mostly because it was like an quote unquote upgrade from the original Game Boy Advance. And technically it was, because the buttons constantly got mashed in your pocket. The screen would get scratched because it wasn't protected. It was the long, elongated, like rectangular
Yeah,
shape
like
one.
the like weird, like almost oval. It like had like the cut off.
Right. It
corners.
was like a mixture between an
and it was like a
oval and
white with like gray on it, right?
Mhm.
My
Yeah.
Lola had that one, and I played Super Mario World. on
Yeah.
it. That was so much fun. I'd still love that game. Honestly, one of
Super
my
Mario
favorite,
World
like,
is never
classic
going to
games.
die. It's one of the best classics.
No, absolutely.
I have Super Mario Bros. 3 for mine. So Super Mario World 3. That's a very fun one. But yeah, so Game Boy Advance SP though was the upgrade. So it played the same games, but it folded. So the only buttons that were at risk were the L and R buttons, but they were very well reinforced. And then the screen and the other buttons were completely protected because it folded. So you couldn't get damaged. Yeah, I could sit here and talk about vintage games all day.
Absolutely, for sure.
I love them. So that's kind of my exposure to video games or in gaming in general. Is, you know, growing up, I was an only child, so video games were the thing I played when I was at home. And then when I was out and about, I would usually try to ask my friends to play board games with me. Sometimes I got lucky, you know. I even remember playing Yu-Gi-Oh at school. That was a lot of fun. And yes, I would whoop your butt at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, undoubtedly. I don't even know how to
I'm
start
kidding.
with that game.
No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I've looked into it again recently. I like to stay up to date with all the trading card stuff. There's actually even a new trading card game called Rush of Icor. I don't think it's gotten a lot of attention, sadly. I like it because it's based on all like the mythos, like the mythology of different cultures. I'm a huge mythos buff. I love mythology with a burning passion, especially Greek mythology. That's the one I'm the most familiar with. But I like both. I like all of them. I like Norse. I like Egyptian, Japanese, all of it.
On the topic of trading cards, I'm so sad because I had gotten into Pokemon cards again for a little bit. Not
Oh,
as
you
much
poor
now,
soul.
but it was like a good spurt of a few months from like earlier this year. And I remember waiting for the black and white ETBs to drop. The Zekrom and Reshiram.
Yes.
Those were super cool. I almost bought one, but I didn't. And my older sibling's friend actually bought it instead. And I was so mad because they pulled a God pack from the ETB that I was supposed to buy.
No.
And I've never been more devastated in my
No.
life. And the only thing that stopped me from buying it was at the time I didn't have a source of income, so I was really low on money. So I was trying to be smart with how I spent. And so I
Yeah.
didn't get the black ETB, and they got a
Yeah.
God pack, and I've never been like more
And
devastated
they got
with
the
fate.
black Zekrom, the white Reshiram, and I'm guessing the red Victini, huh?
I don't even remember what they got, but they got like a full art foil like rainbow card, one of those.
Mhm.
Like it was like one of the craziest packs I've ever seen. I was like, dang.
So in the black and white ones, there's 3 chase cards that people mostly want. There's an all black monochrome Zekrom, an all white monochrome
Yeah, I've
Reshiram,
seen those, and then the
but then you have the all red monochrome Victini.
for
That
whatever
thing
reason.
is like $600 or something ridiculous. It's super expensive for being a brand new card. It's ridiculous how expensive some
There's
of these cards
always
are.
a Victini in the ETBs, I swear.
There isn't.
All of the ones that I've seen, there's always just been at least one. Like even if it's not valuable, there's always been at least one.
Oh, like a Victini, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah. But no, that all red monochrome Victini, if any of our viewers have pulled it, consider yourselves lucky, because my God.
Let's see, what time
Holy
is
crap.
it? I think it's about time that we officially wrap up
Yes,
stream
it
as
is
much
about
as
6
I would.
o'clock.
Yes, that means lab's gonna close up soon too. No.
Yes, yes.
We all have to get going. We all have places to be. I really hope you guys enjoyed the first stream of the season. I wanted to stream last week, but some things had come up with scheduling. I needed to fill in for some teams. I was busy. So
It's always rough with preseason, and we
Yeah.
appreciate you coming in and filling in for the people who couldn't make it. So for those of you who don't know how the regular season works or how preseason works, our team's actually been going on for about 2 to 3 weeks now with preseason stuff going on for all of our leagues. This is the first official week of regular season, so hopefully we'll have more consistent streams coming out for you starting this week. You know the schedule better than I do, so I'm not going to say anything for definite, but definitely at least, once or twice a week?
Oh, for sure. Coach, the other coach, sent out a message asking about people who were labeled as shoutcasters. And unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, based on the announcement, I was the only person who claimed a day this week, actually. But the goal is 2 streams at minimum. But given how my schedule works, I won't be able to stream. Well, I mean, I totally can. It's just I prefer to stream things that I'm knowledgeable about: Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, Valorant. And the days that those play, I'm unfortunately busy, except
Right.
for Mondays. So I'll be here probably every Monday. But Tuesdays, I'm pretty sure, are Fortnite and Street Fighter. I know a bit about Fortnite, but it's also like not that much of an interest to me to stream it. And then Street Fighter, I know nothing about.
Well, I know plenty about Street Fighter, so if you want to start doing that, I could see about making some time. They play on Tuesdays.
Yes.
I could definitely make some time to come in, I think. And if you do decide to pick that up, know that I will gladly be a co-host if you need a co-host for that.
Sounds fun to me, so I don't see why I wouldn't. It's just I would prefer to definitely not solo stream Street Fighter.
Yeah, when it comes to fighting games, I am familiar with mostly 3 of them. 3 that people know of anyway. Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. I'm learning Guilty Gear.
I like this guy.
I was actually going to ask you for tips because
Roman
I'm
cancel.
in a small I'm preparing for a small beginners tournament, like a privately sponsored one.
Put me in.
we're playing for $15.
Oh yeah,
The big money.
big money. That's enough for 1 DLC pack in Guilty Gear.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to win it because I'm playing a new game called Barony, Kind of think like Dark Souls and Minecraft had a baby and it's a dungeon crawler.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super fun. I really like it. I only have one of the 2 DLCs. I want to use that money to get another DLC.
Oh yeah.
So, but no. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.
We
Really do
appreciate
appreciate
it a lot.
Thank you for being on here. Thank you for having me on here.
Of course.
Super.
Thank
I love.
the other coach
I love
for
coming
even
on and
thinking of it.
streaming.
I wouldn't have thought of it.
Yeah, thanks to Coach Mario for suggesting it. I try not to just offer up on my days, even though I love doing this stuff with any of you. I love being